Suddenly, Fowler's machine has slowed to a crawl. He is stopped. Here is Boric here at the line. It is over. He's going to take another win, and he's probably even wondering what happened here at the end. What's going to happen at round 3? Hello everyone, Jason Wygant here, Racer TV, coming at you from the third round of the Pan Am Grand National Cross Country Series. It's the FMF Steele Creek GNCC in Morganton, North Carolina. This event, typically one of the biggest on the tour as far as the spectator and rider count, and there's no doubt as to why. It's one of the most picturesque stops on the circuit, and the track is one of the roughest. Not only is it going to be whooped out and beat up, but we'll also have some ups and downhills and some mud, which will make it a little bit different than our opening rounds in Florida and Georgia. This will be a true all-around test for a cross-country racer. We're going to be showcasing the top four-wheeled ATV pilots today, including Chris Bithell, number 4 in the series last year, looking to win the title this year on a new team, MotoWorks Can-Am, which is making the transition from motocross to GNCCs. Here's the 24-year-old from Pennsylvania, Chris Bithell, on his 2012 prospects.
Well, definitely one of my goals, even for this year, 2012, I'm ready to bring home a championship. We have a new team, and they're just as hungry as I am to bring a championship home for Can-Am. We haven't been able to do it yet. I have multiple wins on the Can-Am. It's capable of doing it, but we haven't been able to put that solid year together yet to where we've been able to win. But I'm looking forward to it this year. Well, Chris Boric is a very smart rider, and he's been around the sport longer than I have, longer than a lot of people have, and he's been racing a long time. And you just gain smarts every year. You learn something new, and you learn how to push at that extra level, or you learn how to take the turn a little different, or the hill climb different, or the mud section a little different, and he just has a lot of experience. And what he does is, he basically does what I said. He likes to stay back, and he watches what everybody else does. He learns their moves, he learns their lines, and then by the end of the race, he puts it all together, puts the whole puzzle together, and he basically just is able to take that win on the last lap. But, you know, I've been racing with him long enough. I think I'm just learning what he's knowing, and, you know, I'm going to put it together real soon and be able to maybe up there and rain on his parade.
Pretty cool deal today. You see the purple number plate background on our champion, Chris Boric. This race is the purple race, benefiting the March of Dimes. Quite a few fundraisers going on this weekend to help not only raise some money for that, but awareness as well. You see Bithell there, the number 4, running the purple graphics on his machine. Going to run a 2-hour race today. The amount of laps will be determined based on the lap times. Probably 4 or 5 laps today. The blue flag means shut the engines down, and when the green flag waves, we'll fire them up and go racing. And we are underway. $250 Motorsport Whole Shot Award on the line. There is no doubt about this one. The number 5 of Walker Fowler getting the early lead, and he has revenge on his mind. At our last race in Georgia, he was battling for the win with Chris Boric right down the stretch until he ran into mechanical troubles. Within sight of the finish line, he was able to push it across and still finish 3rd. But he wants a win today. A lot of attention on this kid, the rookie who won every single race last year in the Pro-Am division, now moving up to this XC1 Pro class. Starts have really never been a specialty of Fowler, no matter what class he has been in. And he has a dial today on the Balance Racing Yamaha. Bad start for Adam McGill on the Honda, and even worse here for the yellow machine, the Suzuki of Boric. And you see Fowler twisting through the trees. That's the advantage of the good start. You don't get held up by anyone. Brian Wolf on the JG Off-Road Honda 2nd. Bithell is 3rd. Looks like Craig Bauman with a good start 4th. Then it's the Yamaha boys, Taylor Kaiser, Johnny Gallagher coming through next. And we keep counting and waiting for the Yoshimura Maxxis machine of Boric. There he is. It's about 15th by my count. The machine didn't fire on the line. He actually had to have someone come out and give him a bump start. Meanwhile, the rest of the field was on the gas and gone, just like Fowler, Wolf, and Bittel are right now. Now, Wolf has been struggling with a hand injury. He actually got blisters so badly in preseason training that he had an infection on his hand. So I cannot even imagine trying to wrestle around about a 400-pound ATV for 2 hours with an infection on the palm of your hand. But he's doing his best right now in second on the American Honda back machine. Good to see 3 different manufacturers up there with a Yamaha, Honda, and a Can-Am in the top 3. But how about Fowler? Let's start calling him sliced bread. It's like when Joey Logano moved up to the top ranks of NASCAR, and they were saying he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Well, that's what the hype around Fowler is right now. They think he could be the future of this game. He's not worried about the future, he's worried about the present. His teammate, Taylor Kaiser, has rolled up to 4th now and is trying to close the gap on them. Here's the rest of the field. You got Craig Bauman here on the right, Johnny Gallagher on the left on the Yamaha. GBC backed, gonna go by him. Then McGill and Bittel have moved, Boric have moved up as well. And great racing as Gallagher has gotten around Bauman, McGill, Boric, and the rest of these guys. They need to hustle because you give Fowler, Wolf, and Bittel a lead, they've got the speed to hold it. So they are going to have to try to catch them.
The Can-Am Renegade 1000 XXC with the most powerful engine in the industry. The Outlander 1000 XT with a redesigned chassis for unequal trail riding. The Commander 1000 Limited, the most equipped, luxurious side-by-side in the industry. The facts say it's the most advanced lineup out there. But the ride says it all.
Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, by AMSOIL, and by Rocky Mountain ATV-MC. We are in the high country of North Carolina. We've got a cross-country track laid out in the woods and some fast ATV riders battling it out. Walker Fowler, Brian Wolf, Chris Bittel are your leaders. I'm Jason Wygant, your host of Racer TV here on the NBC Sports Network. Wolf now going to work on Fowler, and you can see the pace has definitely picked up. Let's see if these 3 can maintain the gap they've built up over the rest of the field as Fowler, the 19-year-old, is going after his first ever win in the XC1 Pro Class. He's actually won a couple of these things while racing from Row 2 as a Pro-Am rider. It's a lot different when you're racing with this field from the get-go. He's going to learn a lot from them, although right now they're learning from him. They're picking up on his lines, and here comes Kaiser. There was a big gap between 3rd and 4th, but the number 3 has closed that up, and he now has that lead group in sight. Can anyone else do the same? Or are we looking at a 4-rider pack all the way through the finish of this one? Now, Wolf and Fowler have some history. They're good buddies, and they battled for the Pro-Am title in 2010 and actually tied in series points. Fowler was edged out for the championship by Wolf on a tiebreaker. It was pretty funny. They went up on the podium at the last race of the year and broke the plate in half and split it. And here they are now in the XC1 division 2 years later, dueling for the lead with Bittel and Kaiser, 2 riders who have been around quite some time, right there with them. And here comes McGill and Boric. And that's what you like about these 2-hour races. Plenty of time. Even if there's trouble at the beginning, you know the cream will rise to the top. And that's what Boric and McGill are doing. They are putting on the same type of charge Kaiser did. They want to make it a 6-rider battle. The fans here, we call them the Mud Fleas in GNCC terms, pointing out the good lines through the muck. Now a little more aggression from McGill and Boric. They've got to make up time. You could go even faster through there, as you see Boric acknowledging the fans, but you do not want to drown the machine out, and also you don't want to get too much mud on your grips. Then you've got to try to hold on tighter. That's how you get those blisters like Wolf's dealing with. That's also how you get arm pump, which is when you just grip so tight your arms just kind of blow up from all the tension. Then it's really hard to hold on. So the leaders are able to stay relaxed and save energy. Everyone else has to throw caution to the wind. Now we're into the pits. On the right side, that is Walker's dad fueling him up. And Chris Bithell, who has always got fantastic fuel mileage. I don't know how he does it. Going back even before he was on the Can-Am, doesn't matter what machine he is on, he is always able to run a different pit strategy. And it is paying off right now as he's taken the lead as they shuffle. There's McGill and Boric trying to make up ground. Now, of course, Bithell will have to stop for fuel later, but he was able to make a couple of passes the most easy way possible. Just rode right by everyone. Now let's see if he can hang on. Here's the gap he was able to pull. Whoa, Fowler almost blows through that corner. He's got Wolf all over him. And this is fun to watch. Look at Boric trying to hook it up and make a pass on McGill, but McGill shuts the door. And I'll tell you what, they are taking time away from each other as they battle. They got to put their heads down and go to the front.
When it's time to get ready to ride and you need gear, it's time to go to RockyMountainATV.com. With the largest selection of ATV parts, apparel, and accessories, we have what you need at deep discounts. We have a huge state-of-the-art facility that ensures your order ships out quickly with accuracy that's second to none. Most items ship free and arrive at your door in 3 days or less. Visit our industry-leading website, RockyMountainATV.com today for the best prices, quickest shipping, online support, and largest in-stock selection around. RockyMountainATV.com. Get ready.
Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, by AMSOIL, and by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Let's give you the highlights of our morning race here from North Carolina, the Can-Am GNCC Series. We'll have our women's, our novice, super senior and utility riders out here. The 212 of Lexi Coulter on a Honda grabbing the whole shot here in this women's class. Coulter out of Texas has won a couple of these races before. Angel Atwell and Tracy Checo putting the pressure on. Checo is the defending champion of this class, won the title 8 times. But Angel Atwell always provides good competition. She wins the race today. Coulter and Checo round out the podium in the division. Atwell is your 2009 women's champ. On to the utility classes. This is 4x4 senior for riders 40 and up. The 709 of Forrest Wharton grabbing the whole shot. Nice move on the inside. You also got super senior rider Dave Simmons, who is always going fast. And he would not only win that 50-plus division, but also the overall on adjusted time, beating out everyone else. Simmons seems to get faster with age. Now, we've had some great battles in this 4x4 open class through the last few years with Michael Swift and Brian Buchanan, but this may have been their best battle yet. They were bumping on each other for every inch of this 2-hour race. Look at this. Great action. Swift holding on to the number 1 spot. Buchanan right there. They're coming down to the finish and rubbing on each other. Swift takes the win, and then in true GNCC fashion, they congratulate each other at the line. Here's your overall podium. Simmons, Kevin Trantham, and Marshall Goins, who won the sport class. He's a young up-and-coming rider. He might be here in this pro division before long. He is definitely going strong. And speaking of, your leader right now is Chris Bithell, but the pack in this XC1 division has caught him. We've got 6 or 7 riders all within sight of the leader. And now Bithell has to pit. Remember, he did not pit the last time around, so all the ground he gained, he just gave back. And worst case scenario for him, because the field was so close that he lost several positions in just a few seconds. Looks to me like Kaiser here on lap 3 is in the lead with Fowler in second, and Boric has climbed all the way to third. Wolf and McGill there as well. So now the top 5 are in a close pack, and Bithell is going to have to work hard to catch them from 6th. So those guys really dropped the hammer when Bithell got around them in the pits, and they've gotten back through. Going to be a good shootout between the Yamaha boys, Kaiser and Fowler. Let's see if Wolf can hang on with that injured hand with McGill and Boric right there. And you know how Boric likes to play it. He just stays close, and then in the last lap, he will drop the hammer. Little lap traffic now to deal with. Riders wisely pulling out of the way. The closing speed of this lead pack is unbelievable when they are on their game like they are today. Boric has gotten around McGill and Wolf. He is up to third. He has Fowler and Kaiser in front of him. So can the Yamaha duo keep the Yoshimura Maxxis-backed Boric behind them? And McGill is trying to hang tough. He's got a lap rider between him and the leaders, though. He's got to get going. And a little gesture there, get out of the way. Deep in the woods we are, and now Boric has gotten around Fowler. He's up to the number 2 position as we go past a checkpoint. Hang a left turn, head uphill. McGill on the right side trying a new line. Making up some of the ground he lost there in traffic. Could we see a classic Kaiser versus Boric battle brewing? Or will Wolf, McGill, maybe Bithell, Fowler close back in? Here we are through the rough stuff. You can see how much more difficult this track has gotten and how much closer the pack is as well. Fowler has gotten back to the rear wheels of Boric as we go under the Steele Creek Bridge. Oh no, Fowler! His machine has stopped running again. This time he gets it back going. Well, for a moment, that was shades of our last race. Here is Bithell trying to make up some ground. He has a golden opportunity as Fowler ran into a little bit of a mechanical problem. That's where you got to be careful going through those mud sections. Uh-oh, Boric now into the lead. He's got everyone, though, packed in right behind him. Kaiser actually gets Boric back. McGill and Fowler and Wolf all right there. Looks like Wolf stopped for a fresh set of goggles, and that's what slowed him up. Now look. Boric trying to tuck underneath Kaiser with lap traffic around them, and Kaiser masterfully is able to hold on to the lead and get through the traffic. You've got McGill and Fowler battling it out right behind them. White flag is coming out. What a race for the lead we have in North Carolina. Stay with us.
Any engine, any season, at home, at the track, or on the trail. Amsoil, the first in synthetics.
Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, by Amsoil, and by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Great racing here in the woods of North Carolina. Look at this pack. Taylor Kaiser out of Florida, leading Pennsylvania's Chris Boric, the Ohio-born Walker Fowler, and West Virginia's Adam McGill. And they're on different equipment as well. A couple of Yamahas, a Suzuki, a Honda. This is great to watch. It looks like Wolf and Bithell have lost this pack. It's going to come down to one of these four, but what will the order be? Kaiser, remember, has a shoulder injury. He's definitely getting stronger, but does he have the stuff on what is one of the roughest tracks we've seen in quite some time to get through to the finish? Well, there's Wolf. He's not giving up, keeping the riders in sight on the JG Off-Road Honda. McGill trying to make a move on Fowler. Those two have been going at it for third the last lap or so as Boric takes a look over his shoulder. Is the coast clear? Can he try some alternate lines to get around Kaiser? Or are one of these other riders going to try to tuck it inside of him? And it looks like Fowler has lost a little bit of ground here. Remember, he stalled it a lap ago. Maybe he's having some problems with the equipment. His teammate Kaiser has no such trouble, though, keeping the Balance Racing Yamaha in front of Boric. And you've got McGill right there as well. So now it's a three-rider duel for the win, and McGill, who was on the right side earlier, goes to the left. There is Wolf on the right. Fowler trying to find traction on those roots. The left side definitely shorter, but also rougher. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Kaiser has not won one of these races since 2010. Could today be the day? Done a great job of holding Boric off. These two have a lot of experience racing each other. Oh, Boric makes a mistake, and that's going to allow McGill to take over the number 2 spot. A little fist pump by McGill. Anytime you can get by the champ in the last lap, you're doing something right. Look, Wolf and Fowler are close. And now Boric has repassed McGill. We are through the field. Only a few turns remain. Time is running out for a classic Chris Borch, last lap charge. Kaiser is holding him back there. For how long? Does Borch have something figured out in this field section? It could come down to a drag race with the Yamaha versus the Suzuki. Look at Borch trying everything. He has the opening and Kaiser has it covered through the last couple of corners. Borch goes to the inside. That's the move. He takes the lead and they collide. And Borch goes down. Kaiser's going to take the win. A mad scramble here at the finish. Can Borch get the machine refired? McGill is going to take second. This time the last lap pass did not work out. Borch takes third. But it looks like these two are okay. That was a racing incident. No bad blood between Kaiser and Borch. Here's your Rocky Mountain replay. Borch so far to the inside that he clipped that pole. Let's get some perspective from Taylor Kaiser.
Yeah, me and Chris were kind of changing positions. He let me by a couple of times. We were just kind of back and forth, and there at the end with a couple miles to go, he was pressuring me really hard, and he kind of tried to take the inside of me over here, and we got together a little bit, and then coming into the last corner, he tagged me pretty good, but, racing's racing. I really don't know what he was doing, but, we just rushed it off, and we were able to get the win.
Here are your AMSOIL results. Fowler able to outduel his good buddy Wolf for fourth, and Jared McClure, a good run down the stretch on the National Guard machine, almost caught Bithell. Here are your point standing. Borch still with a good lead. Remember, Kaiser was injured at the beginning of the year, is trying to mount a comeback. Let's catch back up with Chris Bithell.
I ended up finally having a real good start. I think I went in the woods about third, just feeling good, getting a feel for everybody out there. I think it ended up just ran third until third lap. Everybody pitted. I ended up wanting to pit on the next lap about mid-race to make sure I had enough fuel to get through the end. Well, everybody got back by me then, and we got into lappers pretty bad after that. And I just couldn't make up the time. And I'd hit a lapper, and the guys would start pulling away, and just all day that's what I fought with at the end. And it's tough to come back after that.
Can-Am race recap here. Walker Fowler had the early lead on the Yamaha with Brian Wolf and Chris Bithell putting the pressure on. Those three broke away, then eventually the number 3, if Taylor Kaiser would catch them, make it a 4-rider battle for the lead. We were also keeping tabs on Chris Borch and Adam McGill. And then when everyone pitted, Bithell was able to take the lead momentarily, but the next time around, he would have to pit. That would put Kaiser in the lead over Fowler, Borch, Wolf, McGill. These riders went at it. Too many passes to count with this 5-pack. It would come down to Kaiser versus Borch. In the final section, here's Borch going to try to dive to the inside. Couldn't make the move there, then goes too far inside here and goes down. Taylor Kaiser takes a big win. McGill second and Borch third. Great racing in North Carolina. Thanks for watching. I'm Jason Wygant. We'll see you next week.